What is up, Bears fans? And as always, welcome back to the Bear Review. So today I wanted to go over a move that has Bears fans buzzing recently, and that is the recent extension of Bears general manager Ryan Poles. So I wanted to give it time for the dust to settle before I asked you guys the question, was it a good move or not? And of course, I can just tell you my opinion. But today I want to break down the positives, the negatives, and even the controversial aspects of this decision and let you make that call yourself. So get ready, and let's get into it. First up, the undeniable good. Ryan Poles' extension, securing him through the 2029 NFL season, is a strategic masterstroke in terms of stabilizing the front office for years to come. This move meticulously aligns his contract with that of new head coach Ben Johnson, placing both leaders under the same 5-year timeline. It's more than just paperwork. It's a resounding signal of organizational commitment, as Bears ownership is going all in on the Poles-Johnson pairing, believing it will foster unwavering stability and a powerfully collaborative working relationship at the highest level. Bears chairman George McCaskey himself affirmed the team's confidence in Poles' leadership and the capable staff he's assembled, though Coach Johnson has constantly highlighted Poles' strategic foresight, noting how he set it all up with the organization's smooth operation. Poles himself has already executed a series of bold, transformative moves that many believe are diligently laying the groundwork for a long-term championship contender. Now, to highlight some of those moves, we have to start with the strategic roster overhaul. Since his arrival in January of 2022, Poles has fearlessly guided the franchise through a complete roster overhaul, strategically reshaping the Bears into one of the youngest and most promising teams in the NFL. He's courageously traded away popular veterans like Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith, not only to clear significant cap space, but also to acquire foundational young talent with the incoming draft capital. Now, we can't talk about young draft cap without talking about Poles' most audacious and impactful move. And that was the shrewd trade of the number one overall pick in the 2023 draft to the Carolina Panthers. This deal netted the Bears a dynamic wide receiver in DJ Moore and a treasure trove of 4 additional draft picks, crucially including the Panthers' 2024 first-round selection. With that highly anticipated pick, Poles drafted quarterback Caleb Williams, a generational talent widely seen as the central pillar of the team's future and the indisputable cornerstone of the Bears' coming dynasty. And finally, more so recently, Poles has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to bolstering the roster around Williams, especially fortifying the offensive line to protect his franchise quarterback. He skillfully acquired starting guards Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson via trade, and shrewdly signed center Drew Dahlman. Beyond protection, he added explosive offensive weapons in the recent draft, including talent like tight end Colston Loveland and receiver Luther Burden III. On defense, he took a woeful pass rush and improved it by trading for Montez Sweat, and further solidified the unit by signing former Pro Bowler defensive tackle Grady Jarrett and defensive end Dio Odangbo. Now, these strategic acquisitions haven't just strengthened the roster, they've sent a powerful message of unwavering confidence in the team's ambitious rebuild. Now, with all good things, there are bad things. While the extension is presented as a beacon of stability, it has ignited genuine concerns among a significant segment of fans and analysts. The raw numbers are stark. The Bears' overall record under Poles has been undeniably challenging, a frustrating 15-36 in his tenure. Punctured by multiple last-place finishes in the NFC North, this difficult statistical reality leads many to question, is his on-field track record truly robust enough at this stage to warrant a substantial long-term commitment? Critics are vocal, arguing that this extension in some way feels like a get-out-of-jail-free card for past missteps and a premature reward. Considering Poles' first head coaching hire, Matt Eberflus, who was unfortunately dismissed midseason in 2024 after a series of questionable game management decisions, marking him as the first head coach in the team's history to be fired midseason. Furthermore, the trade for wide receiver Chase Claypool turned into a disastrous acquisition, an investment that spectacularly failed to yield any returns. Beyond these high-profile issues, other significant concerns lies in Poles' perceived inconsistency in player evaluation, particularly regarding free agent signings and his mid-round draft picks. Now, while I have to give credit where credit is due, he's had some key early-round picks and big-name free agents. His track record in the crucial third and fourth rounds and some free agent additions have been spotty. Mid-round draft misses, for example, in the 2022 draft, a third-round wide receiver by the name of Velus Jones, who struggled significantly, particularly fumbling issues, and never established himself as a reliable NFL contributor, and has since been cut from the team. Then in 2023, we also have defensive tackle Zach Pickens. Now, I like Zach Pickens, and he's shown flashes, but he hasn't yet provided the consistent impact expected from his draft pick. Now, every now and again, you do find a diamond in the rough, so to speak. Examples are Elijah Hicks or Braxton Jones. For the most part, Ryan Poles' dealing in the middle rounds have failed to deliver any immediate value and depth that a rebuilding team desperately needs. We also need to talk about the underperforming free agents that have been brought in recently. While there have been splashes like Tremaine Edmonds, who have delivered solid production, some lower profile signings haven't panned out. For instance, we can talk about guard Lucas Patrick, signed in Pole's first offseason. He struggled mightily with injuries and inconsistent play before moving on. Similarly, defensive end DeMarcus Walker, while having moments, hasn't consistently generated the pass rush impact expected for his contract. And as we saw at the beginning of the offseason, he has since been let go. And we're just not going to talk about Nate Davis. That was another disaster. I honestly don't know what else we can say on that subject. Now, these instances do suggest a pattern where Pole's vision for a specific role might not always align with their on-field performance of the players brought in to fill them. Despite an active and seemingly positive offseason, constant on-field wins have remained elusive, leaving some to worry that the ambitious rebuild is progressing too slowly, with the team's competitive window potentially slipping away. And now for the truly ugly side of this decision. This is where the controversy truly boils over. Pole's extension has been met with outright discontent and sharp criticism from various corners of the fan base and media. There's a pervasive perception that he was rewarded more for winning an offseason with flashy moves rather than for achieving tangible success during an actual season, with many vehemently asserting that significant on-field victories should have preceded such an extension. The frustration is palpable, as fans openly question how a 15-13 record, which comes out to the worst win percentage of any Bears GM currently, could possibly secure Poles a multi-year extension with such a high degree of job security. As one fan put it, I wish I was exceptionally bad at something, only to get rewarded with millions. The timing of the extension has also perplexed many, particularly since Poles still has 2 years remaining on his previous contract, while the team continues to languish on the field, having finished last in the NFC North in all 3 seasons under Ryan Poles. Critics increasingly suggest that the extension might be less about Poles' overall performance and more about solidifying the organizational hierarchy, especially given the high-profile hiring of Ben Johnson. While the synchronized contracts with Coach Johnson are positive in theory for stability, this alignment has ironically fueled cynicism among some fans. The organization, they argue, appears to be betting on hope and optimism rather than on tangible, consistent achievement. Moreover, the whispers persist about Pole's prior bad decisions and the team seemingly getting worse or stagnating despite possessing significant cap space that many felt could have been utilized more efficiently sooner. The pressure is honestly immense, and this season is truly a make or break moment. So with all that in mind, I have to go back to the original question. Where do you ultimately stand? On one hand, Ryan Poles' extension is a powerful declaration of confidence in his grand vision for the future. Poles has consistently demonstrated a commendable willingness to learn from his past misses. The shrewdly synchronized contracts with Ben Johnson are unequivocally intended to provide a bedrock of stability as the Bears embark on the crucial journey of developing Caleb Williams and aggressively pursuing their first winning season since 2018. However, we cannot ignore the stark reality of the Bears' current record and some undeniable past missteps, which have collectively left a significant portion of the fan base feeling genuinely uneasy. The central question that looms large over Halas Hall remains: will this ambitious rebuild, spearheaded by Poles, ultimately be enough to silence the growing chorus of critics? Or will this extension, in hindsight, be remembered as a premature misstep in a season overflowing with sky-high expectations? So guys, I want to thank you all for watching the video, if you made it this far. Personally, I'm going to wait and see where the chips fall before making my final decision. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, I want you to take all this information and answer the question yourself. Did Ryan Poles deserve this extension? Yes or no? Drop your answers in the comments below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, of course, and subscribe if you haven't for more Bears content as we move forward into the upcoming season. I just want to let you guys know I am looking forward to bringing you guys some training camp updates. That would be July 30th and August 14th. So look for that moving forward. And as always, until next time, guys, bear down.